Sony's acquisition of Crunchyroll is complete. Crunchyroll. Maybe I just need a teleprompter when I'm talking about this stuff. I have no idea. Sony's acquisition of Crunchyroll is complete. This news comes to us from pushsquare.com via Robert Ramsey. All right. While the deal for the Crunchyroll acquisition had reportedly been under the U.S. Justice Department review earlier this last year, there was a debate over whether Sony would actually complete its acquisition of the anime platform of Crunchyroll. The buyout was officially announced back in December of 2020, and now the Japanese giant has confirmed that the purchase is done and dusted around 9 months later. All right. Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida had this to say. We are very excited to welcome Crunchyroll to the Sony Group. Anime is a rapidly growing medium that enthralls and inspires emotion among audiences around the globe. The alignment of Crunchyroll and Funimation will enable us to get even closer to the creators and fans who are the heart of the anime community. We look forward to delivering even more outstanding entertainment that fills the world with emotion through anime. All right. Indeed. Yes. Sony now owns both Crunchyroll and Funimation. This is nuts. Mm-hmm. This is crazy because if I'm not mistaken, they are the only two platforms where you can actually find anime besides like going to like Netflix, Hulu and stuff like that. Like when you need a hub of anime, it was either Crunchyroll or Funimation. Which, by the way, like if you guys missed out on the 4 free months of Funimation that Sony had going on through that summer of games, like you guys missed out. And by saying, when I say you guys missed out, I mean like, yeah, I'm finally starting to pay $8 a month for it because the promos ended. But I don't care because I have access to all this anime. All right, getting back to the story though. Sony now owns both platforms, and that's why this deal was placed under some scrutiny. And of course, the U.S. Justice Department had to get involved, because I guess antitrust and all that stuff, There have been fears that Sony is monopolizing on the anime market, but Sony Pictures CEO Tony Vinciquerra, I always mess his name up because I messed his name up back when we talked about his announcement that the Crunchyroll thing was happening. Okay, Tony thinks that the acquisition makes sense for everyone involved. In a statement, he said, "With Crunchyroll and Funimation, we are committed to creating the ultimate anime experience for fans and presenting a unique opportunity for our key partners, publishers, and the immensely talented creators to continue to deliver their masterful content to audiences around the world." For Sony, it's about unifying and subsequently strengthening its anime business. But it'll still be interesting to see how it all handles once all things anime, how Sony handles all things anime from this point on. All right, question, guys. Will the acquisition actually allow anime to reach broader audiences? Now that there's only one parent company controlling the two biggest anime streaming platforms, that being Crunchyroll and Funimation? Or do you think this might be a disaster waiting to happen?
I think it's a good move, personally, especially if you're an anime fan. Now it's like you get the best of both worlds, because I was trying to choose between Crunchyroll or Funimation. Now I get to like enjoy both of them.
You know what? That brings up a good question. Are they going to keep the two platforms separate, and if they are they going to combine content? So like either or is there going to be like exclusively, like, for example, like stuff that's produced by Funimation Studios, is that going to go to Funimation first and eventually hit Crunchyroll and vice versa? Well, Crunchyroll doesn't really have like its own like creation studio, I guess, for anime and stuff like that. But how's it work now? Because like it used to be all about exclusives. Like you could find this here and this there, and you had to figure out like which one you're going to pay the money for. But are they going to combine the content now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
y'all brain. My brain don't work like everybody else. It work a little.
We understand, Nelly. You're a weeaboo. You just want to get it wherever you can find it.
Pretty much.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm like an undercover weeb.
Well, I mean, like it makes sense from an access standpoint. Like it's nice that people will have better access to anime, maybe people who aren't as familiar with it and all that good stuff. But just, I'm always a little wary about, you know, just two major platforms all under one space. And like you said, LeRon, that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, do you think in a couple years they'll phase into just one company,
Just
or they're
one
going to be?
company.
Because it doesn't make a lot of logical sense in my mind. Keep in mind, I'm not a business background, but why would
Yeah.
they keep exclusives from one another?
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of like how Sirius and XM merged. It was like it's the same kind of deal. They both were offering the same content, but just a little bit different as satellite radio, and then they just kind of got together. So I can imagine this being exactly the same.
Okay, that makes logical sense. You know, I mean,
But that's just me being practical.
well, I have a sub to Funimation, and it's doing me pretty well. I don't watch it quite enough, but you know, like when I do want to watch something, I know it's there. And hey, when Dragon Ball Super comes back on, I'll be able to go right to Funimation and watch the new episodes when they come on and stuff like that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for now. And you know, like I said, I got the free trial for PlayStation 5. And then I can sign in anywhere on my tablet, my phone, whatever, and just watch it now. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I will say this, like to answer my own question, I will say that only time will tell at this point. We need to see exactly how Sony handles it. I mean, Sony does a good job with digital media. I mean, you know, when it comes to like television and movie stuff. So I don't really see this going wrong, like you know, like with how some other platforms have handled things, you know, of this nature and stuff like that. But like I said, time will tell. I don't really see it as a recipe for disaster, but I do see it as there's a possibility that things could go a little stale, and then people wind up just you know, Funimation and Crunchyroll just wind up being something they complain about, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I have said, I think you guys have seen it in our team chat over at Boss Rush, is that the more options you have out there, the better things go and the better the diversity is. And yes, Misery X in the chat right now does bring up a pretty good point here. The rumor has it that it will be something that's included with PlayStation Plus, and we all know that Sony is trying to do something right now to like you know have a little more curb appeal, you know, for their platform. You know, considering that Microsoft of course has Game Pass.
I see. Mm-hmm.
So time will tell. Thanks for that comment there, Misery X, in the Twitter chat, Twitch chat. I'm sorry, Twitch chat.